Okay, Carly.
Yes. So the first housekeeping item, if you aren't muted, can you just mute yourself? We would love to have questions, so don't hesitate to unmute and ask questions. But there's just, we always just find there's just, with so many on the call, there's a lot of background noise. So we want to make sure we get every opportunity to hear what John has to say. So, but don't hesitate to unmute yourself at all. We'd love to hear from you throughout. So Randy just asked me to say a few words. He was on the call with us this morning, and I wanted to, send his wishes to everybody and thank you all for being on this call, and to thank John for the work that he and the Pulse team have continued to do for us for many, many years. And in fact, the information that we're going to see today, this was, John had been encouraging us throughout the pandemic to make sure that we took the opportunity to do a survey with our audience and update the data. And we did put John off a few times. We always felt when we thought we would get started, something drastic was changing, and the timing just wasn't right. But John stayed on top of us and kept encouraging us, and basically did the bulk of the work to make this happen. So first thing, I want to thank John and his team for everything that they've done throughout the last year and a half, 2 years, but also recently with getting the survey completed, the data analyzed and input. So it's now our turn to learn from John again and to make use of the work that he and his team have done for us. But, I was reminding Randy the other day that we had started using Pulse in 2013. So I remember getting involved from the very beginning, Sean McHugh and myself with John, working alongside Pulse. And I can't believe it's been that long, and what I've learned and the information that Pulse has provided to us since 2013. And, for those that are newer to Black Press Media, and a reminder for all of us, in the old days and when I joined Black Press, the research that we did was always about ourselves. It was about our publications and what we did on our markets. And that was really important information. But what I really loved when we started working with Pulse Research was we started investing in client research, and research that our clients needed and couldn't do on their own. Our small and medium-sized businesses, they don't necessarily have the capacity or the resources to do a survey like we can do. So, we were pretty proud to be able to do that and to be able to go into our clients and share with them not only the findings of the research, but that we did this on their behalf, and how many companies are coming into them to talk to them about marketing opportunities, but also talking about the research they've done on their clients' behalf, and the resources and time they've put into trying to help their clients make the best decisions they can with their marketing dollars. So the research, and John will keep reminding us, I think almost on every slide in this presentation will remind us that this research is our clients' research. We've done it for them, but it's all about them. It's not about us. So the other thing is it's not market research we've done, it's reader research we've done. So it's even more important that we know what our readers' shopping plans are going to be, what their habits are, and that when an advertiser is making a decision to invest with Black Press Media, that they're making the best decision because these readers are wanting these products and services. So that ad in our papers, on our websites, what we're doing with social media, is really relevant to these businesses because the readers are saying, hey, we want these products and services. And so when they see those ads, it's not intrusive, it's important, relevant content to them, and they don't have to go looking for it. We are going to just provide it to them, to our readers easily for those clients. So we can really give our clients a compelling reason and to do business with us compared to maybe elsewhere where they're spending their money. If our readers are shopping for these products and services make sense to be in our publications. So those are just a couple of my thoughts with respect to how important it is we have pulse research, how important it is that we share the research with our clients. And John will talk a lot about, sharing it with prospects, but sharing it with our existing clients as well. They need that from us more than ever. And really, Black Press Media, we need pulse research and John Marling and his team more than ever. So thanks, John, for pushing me over the last couple of months to keep up with you and your team to make this happen. I really appreciate it. And at the end of the day, I'm really happy that we're here today so we all can learn a bit more and share what we've learned with our clients who need us now more than ever. So over to you, John.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Carly. And I appreciate you very much and all you've done to put this together and make it happen. And to also each one of you. I'm sure you've had a very busy day, and I appreciate you taking the time to get together this afternoon. And I have a very simple commitment that I will do everything I can for each one of you to support your success and your ability to help and assist your local businesses. Like Carly said, this is all about and for them. Because I think each one of you would agree these last, my gosh, almost 2 years now with this pandemic, it's been very tough for the businesses, very uncertain. And as they look into their crystal ball into the future, nobody knows for sure what's going to happen. And that's why this information that we asked of your audience, both your print and your digital audience, about their shopping plans for over 590 business categories is a phenomenal resource that really positions you as the hero, the consultant, to really assist and help them. I want to first kind of go over some of the things we're going to cover. And by the way, after I did the program this morning, I realized I was kind of like a fire hose, right, Carly? I mean, just so much stuff. So I'm going to warn you ahead of time. I'm going to cover a lot. But, it's I've got a mission here. And I want to make sure that I cover and address, not only for you, those you've been at Black Press and used Pulse for many, many years, and I thank you for that, but also some of you are new to the Pulse team. Welcome. And so I'm going to do kind of a refresher also. And I'm going to share some specific best practices and recommendations. Pulse is in a unique position. We've got hundreds and hundreds of publishing clients around North America, and we learn from them every single day. They give us their ideas and their suggestions, and I'm going to take some of the best and share, in this session, this afternoon with you guys. Okay. So the first thing, there we go, to put things into perspective. I know a lot of you, statistics, research, numbers isn't your comfort zone. And that's okay. I get that. I understand that. But the foundation of all of the interaction engagement with these businesses is information, numbers, shopping, customers for their business. But I want to put it in perspective. It's really simple. It's phenomenally simple what we do. And to put it in perspective, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you reach households with your Black Press paper and your website that will buy a new car over the next 12 months? And either Carly told you to shut your microphones off, turn them on right now for just a sec. Just a yes or a no. Do you reach households that will be buying a car in the next 12 months?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Your readers, your website visitors, or buyers. Now, follow-up question. How many households do you reach for your publication and website who in the next 12 months will buy a new car? How many? That's okay, because that's why Pulse asks the questions the businesses would ask, because Abby Ford in Abbotsford, and who's from Abbotsford? Thinking of the introduction, a couple of you from Abbotsford. Abby Ford, would they like to know, and think about the Ford dealership or the auto dealership in your community, would that sales manager at that dealership want to know how many cars your audience, your Black Press audience, is going to buy in the next 12 months? Would they like to know?
Yes.
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 Okay, how many say yes? Ta-da! Okay, right answer. Yes, because it's their business, right? They want to know the crystal ball about what is the opportunity for their business. So that's all Pulse does. We just ask the questions the businesses would ask. You plan to shop at a new car dealership. You plan to buy a new truck. You plan to buy a new car. You plan to buy a new SUV, etc. And all we do is just tabulate the answers from the survey. And as Carly said, we invited them with ads in the paper, links on your website, email invitations, your audience, to answer some questions about their shopping plans over the next 12 months. Okay. And so if we did 100 people completed the survey and 10 said yes, that's 10% said to buy a car. That's all we do. And so we're able to then quantify and provide you to help your local businesses with what is the purchasing opportunity for their business category next 12 months. That's all we do. Just ask the questions they would ask, and then we take the answer and apply it and project it to your households. Okay? So now, Pulse, once again, just asked their questions. And here's some phenomenal news. You guys have extremely loyal readers, website visitors. You did phenomenally well in terms of participation in the survey. You got over 6,000 completed surveys. And by the way, these are not just short surveys because we asked over 590 business categories, 590. Plus we asked then about products and services. So an example we asked, do you plan to shop at a furniture store in the next 12 months, you or somebody in your household? And then we also asked, what do you plan to buy for your home? Living room furniture, bedroom furniture, dining room furniture, mattresses, clocks, etc. It was a very intensive survey. It took over an hour. And look at that, over 6,000 of your audience completed the survey. And better yet, when Carly and I set out to do the survey, our original goal was to get a sample for Black Press BC. You know, recognizing there's virtually no change in shopping patterns around the province. And by the way, Carly, some of the information in your survey here about shopping at a pet store, you know, donating to a charity, I was updating for a presentation tomorrow. And your shopping plans in BC were within 1% to 2% of Pittsburgh. High degree of consistency. And so the bottom line is that among your papers, Lower Mainland, BC North Islands, Kootenays, BC South, we have for you a statistically valid sample. And research, by the way, once you go over 400, any ad agency will tell you that's the golden number. Get 400. And as you can see, the sample of each one of your regions, we have well over 400. And so, summary. Pulse asked the questions of your audience, your business would ask, over 490 or 590. We just completed the survey a few weeks ago. Nobody else has this information, by the way. The car dealers don't. They've got information about what vehicles have been bought by their trade associations and government entities, et cetera. The chiropractor doesn't. The pet store doesn't. But you do. You've got it. You've got a unique resource that nobody else has. And as Carly mentioned, they don't have the resources to do this survey, okay? And so now, up in addition, this is also something I wanted to make sure I covered today. During the pandemic and including today, because there's still a lot of uncertainty about what's going to happen, your papers and your websites have experienced much heavier traffic and readership. Why? Because people want to know what the heck is happening right in their own area. And so back in 2019, we did a statistical random phone survey to establish your net reach, unduplicated reach between print and your digital websites. In other words, if a person read the paper and went to your website also, they'd be counted once. So unduplicated household penetration. Look at that. Last month, 70%. Last week, 61% of all households, you know, either read or were on your website. And in the last 24 hours, 46%. You have phenomenal. No other media has the reach, the penetration that you guys got. Congratulations. Absolutely awesome. And so use this when that business person goes, I don't know, I don't know if you reach anybody anymore, right? Okay, you've got the numbers to prove it. Okay, now what I'd like to do is share with you some of the this is great news from your research. So I went through it page by page, identifying some of the opportunities that I thought were especially compelling. First one, I think this is awesome. 49% of your audience said yes, they made a purchase or they sought more information on a local product or service advertised in your local black press paper. Think about that for a second. 49% said yes, they use your paper to make decisions or get more information to buy. That's awesome. Be proud of that. That validates the role you have in the purchasing cycle. Couple stats about your demographics. Very high income, 27% over 100,000 K. Average household income of almost 80,000. Very well educated. 56% college or post-college education. 73% own their own home. You know, these are obviously the households that businesses want to reach. Here's a category you might not have thought of. Business owners. 20% of your audience either own or manage a business. 1 out of 5. But think about, they are also making decisions for their business. So they are making a decision to buy business cars, business trucks, business furniture, business real estate, buying and selling real estate, okay? Insurance. So when you make a presentation to a car dealer, you pop in and you can also add the business purchasing for cars. So it's a huge additional purchasing opportunity that you guys reach. Carly told me, and you know, this is obviously, if I was an ad rep there, one of the highest priorities, prospecting. Identifying the best, the hottest, not just any old business category prospects. Heck no. But the 10 best business categories based upon your audience's purchasing plans. What are some of the areas that really pop out? Because I think you'll all agree that in today's world, last couple of years, many things have changed. People are more home focused, okay? They've been investing more in their home. And right now today, one of the challenges in reality is this darn, supply chain. Many businesses can't get product, right? Many businesses can't get fully staffed. And so let's focus on the business categories that have the best opportunity to quickly get additional advertising. And here's the ones I suggest for your consideration. First, financial businesses, banks. 25%, 1 out of 4 of your audience plan to change or get a new bank in the next 12 months. That's a wow. I mean, if I was a banker, I would salivate over that. 25% of your audience planning to change and get a new bank. But it also would scare me a bit, because that means that potentially I could lose 25% of my current banking client base. That's a huge opportunity. Huge, huge. Financial advisors, 11% of your audience plan to change or get a new financial advisor. 15% plan to change to get a new credit union. The reality is, because of the pandemic, households are reevaluating and taking another look at their finances. And it's expressed in this opportunity right at your fingertips. Boy, I would be out there calling on the banks and the financial institutions. Huge opportunity. And by the way, Paul's could have asked you to use a bank, and we would have gotten a surprising result. 97.6% are going to use a bank. Wow. But tell me something that has a little meat to it. Do you plan to change or get a new bank? Okay. And we did the same thing in the medical area. 39% of your audience plan to change or get a new dentist in the next 12 months. 39%. Optometrists, 24%. And there's other medical categories, huge opportunity for you in medical. Professional service businesses, and these guys aren't hung up by the supply chain, by the way. Insurance agent, 19% plan to change to get a new insurance agent. Auto insurance, 29% plan to change or get new. Opportunity, opportunity, opportunity. And by the way, if you guys don't share this and tell your story, and that's what Randy said, many years ago, back in, 2013, when he introduced me there in person. I'd love to be there in person again. He said, this gives us the opportunity to tell our story. And so I encourage you, tell the story. You've got a great opportunity here. Legal firms, 7.5%. Plan to change or get a new legal firm. Here's another big one. Almost 16% of your audience get a new will or trust. New will or trust. And we've got clients who have told us that they have gotten a significant amount of additional business from the legal profession using that simple little number right there of 16% going to get a new will or trust. That's big money, and it's huge in terms of the immediacy of opportunity. Same with accountants. 11% plan to change or get a new accountant. Then it's a couple other areas in my Big 10. Realtor, 8.6% plan to change or get a new realtor in the next 12 months. And after the meeting this morning, one of your folks shared with me the average price of a home in Langley. Boy, did that get my attention, 1.4 million, okay? But think about that for a second. Out of the households you reach who plan to sell their home, 27%, that's about 1 out of 3, don't know who to call. 1/3 of the households you reach who plan to sell their home, i.e. that listing, and that, that commission on a listing is huge. They don't know who to call. Boy, if I was you guys, I'd go out and present to realtors. We got about 1/3 of the households who plan to sell their home, and we asked you plan to sell your home, by the way. They don't know who to call. What a great opportunity for a realtor to brand and get additional business. So real estate's a big one that I would recommend. Here's some other categories. Pet store, 31%. The pandemic has caused people to get a pet. Okay? I'm kind of laughing because we were petless, and my wife, had to get a pet, and then the cat died, so it turned out tragic. But anyways, the reality is that pets is a big deal because of the pandemic. Put them on our prospect list. Restaurants, 62% plan to use carryout. Once again, pandemic driven. 11.3% of your audience plan to attend college full or part-time, either in college or online. Education's a big deal. Once again, the pandemic, people are reevaluating their whole life. What do they want out of life? And they're going back and continuing their education. 44% will donate to a charity. Additional opportunities there. Charities should be saying, hey, think of us. And those of you in classified, and I was looking at the sign-up list, many of you in classified, recruitment. 19% of your audience currently are seeking employment, looking for a new job, changing careers. That's a big number. But in addition to that, we asked in your survey of your audience, what type of job are you looking for, qualified for? Is it a sales job, an administration job, a truck driver job, okay? A laborer job, a healthcare job? Boy, we got the information for you that is going to grab the attention of local businesses who are desperately looking for people. And many times they don't think of you, the local paper. They think of one of the employment websites. So I encourage you, those in recruitment, in the Pulse program, you've got the ability to share with them, tell your story once again about the opportunity for employment. Okay? So I'm going to send you guys a copy of this. So those are my top 10 recommendations on prospects that, because of the pandemic and documented, validated by your own research, is an immediate, right now, opportunity for each one of you. Why Pulse matters now? It matters now more than ever because of the ever-changing business climate. Businesses aren't as complacent as they were before. Before the pandemic, things were fairly stable, and many of them were know-it-all, and they thought things would be continuing pretty status quo. Everything's changed now. So they are looking for a crystal ball, insights. They want a partner. They want a consultant, somebody to help them with solutions. What they don't want, by the way, is another media representative coming in to try and sell them something. In your markets, even the smaller markets, 20, 30, 40 times a week, somebody is knocking on their door, calling them, emailing them, texting them, trying to sell them some media solution, including your local high schools, okay? What you've got is unique. You're providing opportunities and solutions to help them grow their business. That's a major difference. You're a consultant. You're a professional, has information about their business. It's a crystal ball, and they love that. Absolutely love it, okay? And so now, continuing with my cover as much as I can in 1 hour, these are my simple steps on how to use Pulse. So for those of you who've been, at Black Press for a while, a little refresher. For those of you who are new to Black Press, welcome. But these is kind of the flow, the resources within Pulse that support each step of the sales process. So let's quickly go over them. Then I've got some examples, and then we'll go live into Pulse. So step one in the sales process is getting the most closable prospects. Not just, once again, any old prospects, those business categories that have the best right now opportunity. And I shared with you a moment ago my top 10. We've also got others for you. So prospects, number one. Number two, after you've identified the business category, let's say like a legal profession, then you can put together a list of specific attorneys and put them in a call list. So you've got a list, plan your day or week, helps you get organized. Then obviously the next step in the sales process is you need to get the appointment, okay? And so we've got the words to say, the proven words to say that'll grab the attention of the business so they want to meet. And we'll go over that in just a second. Then you've got the appointment. Obviously, you're going to present. You're going to present the opportunity of your audience for their business category. How many potential customers, are going to change or get a new legal firm? How many potential new clients are going to get a will, et cetera, okay? Then you will present to them a consistent multimedia campaign. And I'm going to strongly encourage you that you present not just a short-term campaign, but a 52-week campaign. Why? Because I will share with you how few customers they need. Take away the fear, take away the risk, the natural resistance to making a 52-week commitment. Then we've got a partnership with Metro Creative Graphics Spec Ads. It's a great, here's the opportunity, here's how to reach them with a spec ad. Gives them that additional confidence to say yes, because you have now showed them an idea that will get the attention of your audience buyers to help them get a larger share. And then probably one of the most effective Pulse tools is the closing tool with their participation. So they realize, oh my gosh, I can do this. This is a no-brainer. I only need a handful of customers to pay for a 52-week campaign out of the thousands that you reach are going to buy. And then the last step of the sales process is reporting. And so now let me go over, I put together some examples of each one of these steps or resources. So the first is the prospects. We've got a couple different tools that you can quickly identify business categories that are the best categories, and then click on the find button and find in each one of your communities hundreds of local businesses within that community, like lawyers, or if you're searching under auto repair, or you're searching under insurance agencies, okay? It's a very simple tool. So once you've identified the prospect category, individual businesses within that category, then you can put them on a call list. It's a very simple tool and resource for you to very quickly click, 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 like I did here with some businesses, and put them on my call list. I don't know about you, but when I was an ad rep, I was trying to juggle too many things, and sometimes I forgot. And so Pulse has a nice little simple call tool for you, okay? Next, you've got the list, and now the next step is getting the appointment, okay? So maybe you haven't talked to them before, okay? So We've got the words to say, and we suggest first a phone call. And I put an example here on the screen with a legal firm. So obviously 2 things can happen when you pick up the phone. Either you get them on the phone or you leave a message, right? So if you get them on the phone, oops, here's what we suggest. Make darn sure that they understand this is their survey, that you asked the questions they would ask. So here's what I would say. Hi, this is John Marling from Black Press. To help you, we participated in a unique local survey. We asked the same questions you would ask. We did a legal firm survey. They say, what do you mean by that? Well, we asked the questions you would ask, like, would you ask, you plan to change to get a new legal firm? Yeah, I'd ask that. And then we also asked, what are your legal needs? That gets their attention. They realize it's about and for them. And you've got your talking bullet points right here. This is designed for you to just have the words, not be a robot, but say, hey, I thought you'd like to know that we've got over 2,800 households who plan in the next 12 months to change or get a new legal firm. We've got over 6,400 households who plan or change to get a new will. And by the way, let me pause here. Every time each one of you at your individual Black Press papers accesses and clicks on the appointment words to say, it's automatically doing the projection, the math for your local audience. So the numbers here will be for Abbotsford, they'll be for Surrey, they'll be for Nanaimo, they'll be for Salmon Lake, they'll be for Kelowna. It's your own opportunity of your audience. But I think you'll agree with me, that gets them interested because they want to know more. You say, well, when would you like to get together? I've got additional information. And you get the appointment set up. Now, if you're leaving a phone message, and this is an idea from one of our clients, in the phone message, they said, I will send you an email, and the subject line says, I need a new lawyer. A lawyer gets an email that says, I need a new lawyer. Do you think they're going to open it? Heck yes, okay? Or a car dealer gets, I need a new car. Or a furniture store gets an email that says, I need a new sofa. It's a brilliant idea from an ad rep in New Jersey. And so we stole it, okay? So I will send you an email saying, I need a new lawyer. Watch for it because it's got information about the results of a legal firm attorney survey we did, okay? And so that's a summary of the words on the phone call. And we'll go live in just a second. So you send it out, you either get the appointment or you send the email. Now here's the email. Subject line, like I just mentioned, I need a lawyer. And by the way, you just click a button. You can create these in seconds. And so you give them some of the bullet points, some of the points of interest projected from your own research. 2,800 households, change the legal firm, 6,450, going to get a will or trust, over 1,000 general practice. And once again, this is projected off of your individual Black Press paper. And then we ask them, would you like to get together to learn more? And it's been quite effective at breaking through and getting appointments for you. Is it perfect? Wish it was, but no. If they haven't responded to the phone call message or the email, then give them another call. And what we found out is they remember the email. Oh, I remember that. And they remember there was over 6,000 households, okay, who are going to get a will or a trust. They just haven't had time to contact you yet. So those are some of the examples of the appointment resource we have for you guys. Using your research to engage and get appointments. Next, you're in the appointment. We've got a very simple presentation that you can do in print or you can do live online. And what it does is, like Carly said, it's business centric. Once again, here's the opportunity of our audience for you. Here's additional products and services. You're finding solutions for them. Where do you think you can get more business? Family law, general practice, real estate? And they say, oh my gosh, I should be advertising wills and trusts. You get the idea. When they see what the projected opportunity is for a range of products and services, they identify where they can get more business. Let me share with you a quick story. I was with your black press paper over in, let's say it was in Kauai, okay? And we went into a car dealership, hadn't advertised in 2 years. And I was sharing a presentation just like this. It showed how many new cars are, how many households are reached by that black press paper. We're going to go to a car dealership. But then I also put in there, not only new car, used truck, but I also how many oil changes, okay? And here's what the guy said. He said, I'm going to start advertising oil changes. What kind of packages do you have? And the guy said, blah, blah, blah. He said, great, I'll do a 52-week program. And so I said, thank you. And then I said, why do you want to advertise oil changes? And he said, because we have a challenge in getting used cars. We need more used cars. He says, if I advertise oil changes, they're going to come in with their older car. It gives me the opportunity right then and there when they come in for the oil change to buy their used car and sell them a new car. I thought that was brilliant. But the point is he found a solution in the numbers. It happens all the time. It's a great way to engage with a business and help them find a solution that they didn't even know was there. Okay, next, the spec ad. Here's an example of a spec ad, and I'll show you live in just a second. The spec ad is kind of the one, the opportunity is grab their attention, the spec ad. Number 2, follow-up. Here's my idea, suggestion on how to reach them. So they say, yeah, I should be advertising wills and trusts. Here's a will and trust ad I put together for you. What do you think about? Great, let's run it. It makes it easy for them to say yes, okay? Now, speaking of easy to say yes, here's an example of our break-even calculator. And this is designed to do in real time. So I'll just kind of go over the highlight right now, and then we're going to go live. It's got the campaign cost. It's got the number of weeks. And what we want to do is with their input, so they realize how few customers they need to pay for a campaign. And so we calculate out the net value. How do you do that? What's the value of a customer? What's your cost of goods? In other words, what's the furniture cost? Okay? So you end up with the net customer value. And all we do is divide the net customer value into the cost of the campaign. And look at that. They only need 4. Just 4. In this example to pay for the campaign. Why is that important? Because you and I both know that you got a lot of businesses who say, well, I don't have the money. I've already spent my budget. Excuse. Okay? The reality is they're afraid to make a commitment. The financial risk. Let's take that off the table. When they realize how few customers they need out of the huge number of potential customers you got, they realize that's a no-brainer. So we'll go into that live in just a second. Great resource and tool for you. And then the last part of the sales process is the reporting program. It's designed so that you can track your success and where you're at with individual businesses. And we'll go that live in just a second. Okay? And so now, and if you got any questions, etc., you can put them into chat and I'll follow up later, or send me an email at Marling, M-A-R-L-I-N-G, marling@paper.net. Okay, so a little drum roll, we'll go live. And I've logged in as an ad rep in Nanaimo, okay? And so the first step we want to cover in the sales process is prospecting, okay? Let's find the hot ones. I gave you a list of 10, and to find those, really simple. You just click on here, most sold business categories. And if you recall, I said one of the businesses that I would suggest you contact is pet store. So just type in pet right at the top. It's got search, and there's pet store right there, okay? Or I have suggested dentist. Okay, change your new dentist. Simple and as fast as that. And so I just clicked on the front on the hot prospects. But let me click up here on the top of when you log in, just click on prospects. So we have the hot prospects, which is organized by the business categories that have been most sold. Then we've got a mapping prospecting program. So you can put in your postal code, you put in your community name, and it'll give you the businesses. It's a Google mashup. We also got audience buying power. Most people have forgotten about the audience buying power prospecting tool. But this one is an extremely, oh my gosh, because nobody realizes the significant, huge number that your audience buying power represents. And so I clicked on the audience buying power, okay? And it's got a drop-down list, Alberni, Campbell River, Ladysmith, you get the idea. You click on your own paper, and that puts into this buying power calculator your audience. And then what Pulse does for you is takes the percent from your survey who plan to buy, times the households you reach to give the number of households who plan to use that business category, like used car dealership, 8% going to go to used car dealership, times the households is 2,841 households, times a very conservative spending per household, and look at that. You ready? $44 million. $44 million are going to be spent by the Nanaimo Ladysmith audience in the next 12 months at used vehicle dealerships. Let me assure you that used car dealership doesn't realize the huge spending opportunity represented by your audience. A couple other things here. Legal firm, $28 million are going to be spent. Change or get a new dentist, $23 million are going to be spent. Huge. So don't forget about the prospecting tool for spending. But let's go back to the most sold business category here, okay? So one of the categories I suggested was legal firms, okay? So let's show you how fast you can engage, create a call list, get to the appointments, and get the appointment, okay? Oh, before I do that, if you want to see all 590 categories that were asked in your survey, just click on category, okay? And it's organized for you. Apparel categories, automotive categories, beauty, child, community, education. Look at all the education businesses. That's a category I'd highly recommend. Family, farm, financial, retail, okay, health and medical, on and on and on. 590 business categories right at your fingertips. For those of you in classified, significant opportunities in home service related businesses. House cleaning, landscaper, carpet cleaning, arborist, you get the idea. Right at your fingertips. So now when you pick up the phone and call them, you can immediately engage them with, I thought you might like to know, we've got over 1,000 households who could use a landscaper and they're going to spend $6 million. How would you like to get a larger share? Breaks through and gets their attention. Okay, and so now let me click here on legal. I'm just going to type in legal, show you how fast it is. We click on find, and up will come a Google map for the Nanaimo area. You can obviously change the postal code here if you want. It'll default to your own local area, but you can change it. You'll get a nice map, in this case with legal firms. You can zoom in or zoom out. But on the left-hand rail is a list of attorneys. So let's create our call list. So we click on add to call plan, add to call plan, add to call plan, add to call plan, as simple as that. And then up here at the top is your tab or access to your call plan. So you click here on your call plan. So you put together a nice list on who you want to focus, who you want to target. And then right at your fingertips, you've got a button to the phone call words, a button to the email, and a button to words to say on a drop-in call. And then you can put in, clicking here, when you click on add activity, what did you do? Was it a cold call? What happened? What's the next action, etc. And having limited time, and there, by the way, Pulse has a training program, and each one of these steps and features is a little training module, okay? And so now, let's go back to the program. So just remember, you put it in your call plan, you've got a very simple list. So you just go right down here, call, call, call. Very efficient. And so now let's click on dashboard once again. And we'll go back to Actually, I could have clicked on back and not have to type in legal again. But bear with me just a second. Okay, legal. So we're back to Nanaimo. And now I want to engage. I want to get the appointment. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click on Krog and Company Lawyers. So I click on connect. What do you want to do? You want to do a phone call or email? We suggest you start with a phone call. Click on phone call. And as you saw in the example, here are the words to say right here at your fingertips. Hi, this is John Marling, with the Nanaimo News Bulletin. I thought you might be interested to know what we found out from a legal services survey. What do you mean by that? Well, we asked the same questions you would ask. Those are kind of some key words. We asked the same questions you would ask. It's your survey. Here's what we found out. We found out in Nanaimo, there's almost 2,400 households that we reach in the next 12 months. We're going to change to get a new attorney. We also asked about wills and trusts. There's almost 5,000 households. We asked additional questions about their legal needs. When's a good time to get together? Okay. And I think you'll agree with me, you stand a much higher chance of them wanting to get together when they realize you got information about and for the opportunities, a crystal ball for their business. But if you can't reach them on the phone, as we showed you a second ago, you just leave a message saying, I thought you'd be interested. We found out from a legal firm survey. I'll send you an email. I need a lawyer. Okay. And you then click here on engage. So you get credit for, okay. And up will come your presentation. But before I do that, here's the email. So it automatically creates the email for you. So you click on email. And my suggestion is just cut and paste it into your own email program so you can personalize it a bit. Okay? And then you can obviously track. So it gives you the bullet points and the essence of the message that you can then personalize. Okay? And so that's how you get the email. You just click right at the top. And by the way, you can print this. You can print the flyer. Okay? And then when you take it out, here are the words to say when you drop in. Cold call, totally cold call. You've never met him before. I don't know about you, but I was always a little, how would you say, anxious, shy, butterflies. Never met the business person before. You're standing there in their business, et cetera. What do you say? Oh, that's a nice fish on the wall, right? No, they're interested in what the heck are you here? What's the benefit to me? And so I would always suggest, hey, I've got some good news. I know you're busy, but I thought you'd be interested to find out what we found out from a legal firm survey, what we found out from a chiropractic survey, what we found out from a furniture store survey. That gets their attention. And then you've got their interest in taking a look at your presentation. Okay? Okay. So now, before I go out, here's what I suggest. You click on Spec Ad right here at the top, because I want to show them how easy it is to reach those households who want a will or a trust. So the person says, yeah, I should be advertising wills or trusts. So you click on Spec Ad, and it automatically takes you into the Metro Creative Graphics Spec Ad program. And then you can very quickly create a Spec Ad. Your guys' computers are going to be much faster than my very slow internet out here in the middle of nowhere. I'm very lucky to even have internet, by the way, okay? Okay, so come on, Mr. Ad Wizard. Should pop up here any second. I see it's spinning. Come on. There we go. Yay. Thank you for your patience. So there's the wizard. And it automatically knows we want legal attorney ads because the presentation from Pulse, that category carries over to Metro. So then you just click on search, okay? And it brings up a wide range of, in this case, legal aid. Oh, wills and trusts, perfect. So you click on wills and trusts. It creates that ad for you, which you can customize. You can put in their logo. You can change elements of the ad. You can save the ad, download the ad, share the ad. But what's important is you can save it right back into Pulse and that presentation. You can link the two together. And a lot of the ad reps have told me, don't try and make the ad, the spec ad too specific. Don't overthink it. What you want to do is give them an idea. What I would suggest you take out 2 spec ads. Which one do you like? And assumptive close. Oh, I like this ad. Great. Okay. So then when you click on Save Ad in Pulse, it'll save that spec ad right into your Pulse presentation. So now you've got both together. So here's your Pulse presentation, and connected right with it is your spec ad. As simple as that. So let's click off here. So now we're there with them, and they say, oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll try it. I'll give you one shot. I'll run one ad, right? You guys have heard that, right? Well, don't you think it would be better if you talk to these households, the almost 5,000 households we reach, you're going to get a will or trust more than once? You're obviously going to get a larger share if you talk to them 52 times, right? Oh, yeah, but I can't afford that. No way. Well, let's work together. So click here on the break-even calculator, and let's do this live. And so let's say we're proposing an $18,000 campaign, 52 weeks, okay? They go, oh my gosh, I can't afford that. Well, let's work together. Let's figure out, is this realistic? Is it comfortable for you? Well, how are you going to do that? Well, based upon your customer value, and more important, your net customer value, let's figure out how many customers, new clients you need. Okay. So what's the average value of a customer, new client, if they came in and get a will or trust? And I don't know what that is. Let's say it's $4,000. Okay. And then what's your cost? You got attorneys you pay, et cetera. Okay. So our costs are around 75%. Okay. Okay. So you make about $1,000, right? Yeah, that sounds all right, right? Your net customer value. Look at that. You only need 18. Just 8. And they go, wow. Because they're always surprised at how few customers they need. Remember, that's 18 out of the, what was it, 4,500 in Dynamo that are going to get a will or a trust. My gosh, they figure, well, I'm going to get 18. And it's an incredibly positive experience. Yeah, I can do this. That's a no-brainer. Let's get going. And so engaging with them, and by the way, you can put this on your phone. But before I do that, what if the business is, I don't think I'll get 18? Okay. What is the absolute worst, lowest number of new clients you'd get? We're going to run for you a 2x10 every week, 25,000 impressions on the website. Then we're going to do an email blast, et cetera, okay? Out of the 4,500 households, what do you think is the absolute minimum you're going to get with that level of repetition and consistency? I think I'll get 9. Okay. So you click here on the down button. They said 9, you put in 9. Okay, 9. Well, look at that. They just agreed to a $9,000 campaign. How was that figured? Well, their lowest number of new customers is 9. They've already, their input is their customer value is 1,000. 9 times 1,000 is a $9,000 campaign. That has been very, very successful. But now let me share with you how you can put this on your phone. So you click here under help, okay? And there, by the way, there's trainings. Click under FAQ. We got a lot of new videos for you, by the way, too. For those of you new, click under FAQ. How can I add Pulse to my mobile device? So if you have an iPhone or an Android, just follow these simple steps. And what'll happen is it'll put a big red P on your screen. And when you click on that P, what happens is it automatically loads you right into your Pulse program. You see this on your phone. So you can just click right here and up comes the break-even calculator right on your phone. How cool is that? So you can engage with them right on your phone. The other thing you can do is on your phone, and this is what you will see on your phone, no login necessary. You click on show, and your presentations are right there that you just click. And let's see, we had Krog and Company here. We click on the icon for your presentation, and up will come your Pulse presentation right on your phone that you can engage them with. And this is powerful in that they love information about their business. So if you're doing discovery calls, and look at this, you can click right here and go right into more research. So you click on the pen and you go into all the research, and look at this. Here's other questions we asked. Malpractice attorney, DWI, bankruptcy, child support, taxation attorney. They love this, okay? Then you click on update, and you've created for them their own custom opportunity report for that law firm. Nobody else can do that. Nobody else can do that. And then I want to repeat, where do you think you can get more business? Where should we focus? And they might say, well, let's focus on real estate attorneys, okay? Lots of money there. And so this is what helps you identify what to advertise, the solution, for that business, okay? And so now we'll click off here. And the last thing to show you is the reporting program. And so right here, you click on reporting, and every presentation that you create is automatically put into your reporting program. And then all you have to do is just click on the 3 dots here, and you can edit the presentation. You can view your spec ad. You can mark the presentation that you engaged. You can mark it as sold. You can mark it as they said no. So in real time, you can keep up and on track of where you are with your Pulse presentations. Okay? And so now, and I know we got limited time left, it's 4:30. A couple quick things in closing. You get a lot of objections out there. Frankly, many of them are excuses. Okay? If you had 20, 30, 40 people calling on you to try to sell you advertising, you'd probably get pretty good at excuses also. I don't have any money. I don't have any budget. Okay. One of the things you hear today is, about the supply chain problems, et cetera. I've suggested that you target businesses who don't have that issue, but also find for the businesses who do, that say, well, I don't have the employees, I don't have, the pipeline, the product. Find solutions for them. There's other things that they could and should advertise. But what if a business says, the numbers are too big in Pulse? There's no way there's that much opportunity. You know what they're forgetting about? Is what they're not getting. Because they forget that, and this is from the survey we just completed, 37% of the shopping of your audience goes bye-bye, out of town. 19% goes to a larger community, and 18% goes online. They're losing a lot of business. They need to keep reinforcing, hey, we're here, and why they should buy from them and not go out of town or buy online, okay? Other businesses, have said, well, I don't have any money, I don't have any budget, print is dead, on and on and on. The most important benefit of the Pulse is showing them the opportunity. And if you don't tell your story and share it with them, they're going to continue to have the misperception. So let's reinforce. Okay, I've got 5 recommendations. Number 1, and I've said this over and over, but I'll say it once again. It's their research. It's a real estate survey. It's a furniture survey. It's an auto survey. That gets their buy-in. They're immediately interested because it's their business. Number 2 is always use the break-even calculator. Do a little role playing, between yourselves. Get comfortable with it. And then every time you're out there closing, get the business engaged so they understand how few customers they need. Take away the fear and the risk. Number 3, retention. If I was you, I would make a list of every current advertiser I have, everyone. I don't care if they've been your friend for 50 years. Share with them the current opportunity of your audience for their business category. Reinforce that relationship. Friends help friends, okay? because you don't want to get that phone call. Oh, I know, Bob, we've been good friends for all these years, but I think I'll try radio, or I think I'll try direct mail, or I'm going to put all my money into XYZ. That happens. You've got to make sure that you reinforce the value of the opportunity of your audience, not just the relationship, but the value of the opportunity. But also, here's the benefit for you. I've heard so many times from our clients that when they went out and shared the opportunity with a pulse flyer with their existing business, many, many times they say, well, let's increase the frequency. Let's increase the contract. Why? Because they see there's more opportunity, or they identify a new product and service that they want to start targeting. Number 4, start every conversation with a benefit for them. I mean, and Carly said a moment ago that I would be discovering that over and over. It's all about them. What's in it for them? That's why Pulse is effective, is because they care about them. Okay? And then last, be excited about the value, the opportunity of your audience. One of the things I learned early, when I was a sales rep is nobody's going to be more excited than you. If you're ho-hum and not excited, they're not going to get excited. Be confident, be excited about the phenomenal value of your audience, the opportunity, and how you can help them. And so I will do everything I can for each one of you to help you. My email is marling, M-A-R-L-I-N-G, @paper.net, marlingpaper.net. I realize I covered a lot this afternoon, okay? But I've recorded this. We'll send to Carly the recording along with the PowerPoint, so that you can access it, identify some of the tips or suggestions perhaps, because these are proven out in the real world. It works. So Carly, let me turn it back over to you with any closing, ideas, suggestions, etc.
Absolutely. Thank you, John. First of all, thanks again, John. I think you've spent pretty much the better part of the day today with us, starting at 9:30 this morning, and then absolutely engaging with our staff throughout the day with email responses. And I know there was a lot of conversation back and forth with a few, so that's fabulous. It's much appreciated. So everyone, certainly don't hesitate to reach out to John, because he's certainly on top of responses, and he certainly is there for us, and he's proven it time and time again. We've appreciated all the work that you have done with us and for us and for our businesses in our local community since 2013. And we're really excited that, as we continue to help our businesses, get out of this pandemic, recover from the pandemic, provide advertising solutions for them, that Pulse is there alongside of us. So thank you again. There's a couple of housekeeping things I wanted to bring to everybody's attention. The next step is I've got to go through circulation numbers, and Pulse and I'll work through those and update everything based on in a lot of cases, our once a week publications and circulation numbers. So when you're seeing the numbers, they might be slightly different than what they are today, but we'll be updating those quickly. It won't stop you from using Pulse though. So even if you're seeing a number you're not sure about, just reach out to me as well, because I can help you with that, but we will be updating those. If you don't have a Pulse login, reach out to your manager, your publisher. Publishers reach out to me. You can set up your staff, and I can help you with that, show you how to do that so all your staff are set up. And I think the last thing I really encourage you is, it's the end of the day. I don't know about you, but I'm tired. But tomorrow morning when you get in, I know everybody's going to get in. They're going to log into their email. They're going to log into iServices. They're going to check messages. You're going to potentially log into Affinity if you're working with Affinity Creative. But please log into Pulse Research as well. as one of those things you do first thing in the morning, and create a few engagements. When John recommends, do 15 in a week and do 4 spec ads in a week, why not start tomorrow? We encourage you to start tomorrow, and don't wait to make those first calls or create those first proposals or send out that first email, and please share with all of us the results that you're having, and we'll be following up. I have no doubt Randy will be looking at some ways that we can kind of have some fun with, potentially contesting or set some goals and targets for all of us to make sure that we're using Pulse. But I really encourage 8:30 tomorrow morning when you get in, log into Pulse. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for the time. And again, thank you, John.
Thank you, Carly. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Have a good evening.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.